Let's dismantle some fairy tale programming. Things people think they need to have a healthy, committed, loving, high-quality relationship. Hi, my name is Joannis, and tune in for more on YouTube at La Peachy Rebel. An engagement, marriage, and wedding. A partner's last name, having kids, religious expectations or purity culture, celebrating anniversaries, sleeping in the same bed every night, doing everything together, never going to bed angry, sex that must look a certain way or must happen a certain amount, strict rules that are actually control rooted in jealousy and insecurity. Now, these things may look or sound good, maybe even impress some people, but for some, performing happiness doesn't build emotional health. Listen, some people have all of these things and are still unhappy, unfulfilled, emotionally disconnected, completely alone, cheated on, controlled, manipulated, or even abused. Many of us were taught that love has to look a certain way to be real or valid, right? It's like, who cares about the quality of your bond or your actual life satisfaction? At least you're married and you have a ring, right? Look, you can also have none of the traditional markers and still have a deeply committed, secure, loving relationship. You don't need aesthetics to have a strong and successful relationship. None of those things guarantees safety, respect, emotional intimacy, trust, or compatibility. Those things don't necessarily build health. They build optics. Stop confusing milestones with health. For some of you, an engagement won't fix your relationship. And if a ring is the only thing making you feel secure, you were never secure to begin with. Rings won't create loyalty. A wedding won't manufacture respect. And it doesn't stop people from cheating. A last name won't make you secure. And it does not upgrade your self-worth. A baby doesn't fix a broken connection. Kids won't heal emotional disconnection. Religion or purity alone does not make a relationship healthy. Some of the rules people obsess about regarding purity is really some people wanting to gain power from controlling sexuality. There are many people who follow these rules faithfully and still experienced heartbreak, betrayal, or contracting STDs. Being pure, faithful, or with only one partner does not protect you from a bad partner or a bad relationship. Sleeping in the same bed doesn't mean you're emotionally close. You can still feel disconnected and lonely in a shared bed. Doing everything together is not exactly romance. It's often codependence, control, insecurity, or fear of being alone. Oh, and never go to bed angry. Now, some people may think this is cute until you're exhausted and resentful. I've written about this and I will get into that one more in another video. And sex that looks right doesn't mean it feels safe and mutual or satisfying for both partners. The text me when you get there. Why did you like their photo? I just don't feel comfortable with you having friends like that. That's not passion. That's anxiety with a cute filter. Listen, calling control boundaries, calling jealousy love, calling possession commitment is still insecurity. Healthy love isn't loud, it is not territorial, and it is not controlling, and it isn't performative. It's safe, steady, and allows individuality. It doesn't require you to shrink or to suppress yourself to keep it. A truly healthy relationship is built on things like emotional safety, mutual respect, honest communication, shared values, the ability to repair after conflict, individual autonomy, choosing each other and not feeling obligated to stay. Now, this piece emerged from a lifelong perspective shaped by my neurodivergence, pattern recognition, and a tendency to question what others accept without hesitation. That perspective naturally extended into my relationship, where we've built something that doesn't exactly conform to expectations. If something doesn't feel meaningful or aligned, I or we simply don't adopt it, no matter what others think. When people get to know us, they tend to say similar things. Some have assumed we're newlyweds. Others comment on how peaceful we seem together, and some call us a power couple. At a certain point, I became curious and started asking why. What exactly they were seeing through their lens that led them to those conclusions. And what I've realized is that people often rely on traditional markers to define a healthy, successful relationship. So when they see us functioning well without many of those markers, it can be disorienting. I mean, for many people, your whole life, you are taught that you need all of these things in order to sort of arrive in life, or that these things are the meaning of happiness. I've come to appreciate these moments. There's something powerful about showing that a relationship can be strong, healthy, loving, stable, and fulfilling without following a prescribed formula. And I know some people have never seen it in action, so for them, they feel that this is not possible, or they may create false negative narratives just to justify that this can't be true. There must be a bad reason or something wrong. There's no way that someone can have a healthy, successful relationship without all of these things. But that's not my problem. Just because you have not seen or experienced certain things does not make them untrue for other people. For some, that realization can feel unsettling, and at times those reactions seem to reveal just how deeply those expectations are internalized. We don't do things just because they're standard. We don't follow relationship milestones out of habit, and we don't measure our connection against what society or culture traditionally defines as success. That quiet contradiction is what fascinates me. How much of what we're taught to value in relationships is inherited, rarely questioned, and far less essential than we're led to believe. And finally, may you have a happy and healthy relationship, not just the illusion of it.